Did I tell you guys about Madison Man?
Madison, man. No.
Yeah, I saw the most Madison Man. Like, if you could encapsulate the city into a human being, I think that's what I witnessed. I was at a roundabout, and this dude crossing the street is wearing black leather skinny pants, whatever they are. He was wearing a leather biker jacket with like some sort, those like things that little like fall off your
Oh
sleeve,
yeah, yeah.
whatever those are called.
Little
Yeah.
frails or
Spray.
Yeah,
frills.
exactly. He had very high boots, not up to the knee, but like about halfway down like the shin. And then he had a beautiful beard, very well groomed, long, straight black hair. This man was probably in his either late 30s or early 40s, and you could tell. Father Time was not very nice to him. And
Yep.
he was wearing a top hat with a red scarf. And behind him was a homeless man in a ripped white t-shirt and jeans. And I'm like, this is really like what moving to a bigger city brings you. And then today, I hadn't seen him for a week. I thought he'd pass away or something. Today, walking down East Washington, which is one of the more busy streets here, one of three. And sure enough, I fucking saw him wearing the exact same outfit. So I'm like, guaranteed that is a certified look signature for this man. Like, this isn't his one-off, like, let me wear my top hat today. It's like the top hat is his day. He doesn't leave the house without it on.
That is his personality.
It
Right.
sounds like he's a professional wrestler. And you just caught him like off shift with his buddy in the ripped jeans. Just got done with a match.
Dude, he's
like,
committed to the kayfabe.
Here's $20. Good show.
Good show.
Yeah.
You caught them in the
That-
middle of their negotiating business.
Right. The shit that you just see around here and like listen to and see is bizarre. Like, I saw this dude at Walgreens. This is probably a month ago. He had on a striped beanie that was green and yellow. So you would assume it was the Packers. And the counter, the guy at the register was like, "Oh man, shame we didn't make the playoffs, or shame we like barely scraped into the playoffs or something." And he goes, "What do you mean?" And he's like, "Oh, the Packer hat you're wearing?" And he goes, "Oh no, this is a band." And he's like, "Oh, what band is it?" He's like, "You probably never heard of them. They're local. They're from Madison. I followed them around the country, and yeah, they're pretty good, man. Alternative rock. Like, I don't know if you'd like kind of up your alley or not." I'm like,
Welcome to Bro Taste This.
dishwasher soap. Like, can we get this line going? Like, I don't know what we're talking about. So yeah, man, it's been a fun experience meeting the locals.
Dude, how have you been like feeling it? Like, this is something, and this is not probably the best way to introduce her, but we have a guest with us today. Over here to our right is my sister-in-law who's joining us. Miss Yeli, would you tell the people
Thank
who
God. I
you
thought you
are?
were gonna call me by my first name.
No, I wasn't gonna do that.
Yeah, I got pissed when you introduced me as my first name when we did.
Yes.
The logo
Like, what do you mean? Like first
it's
name?
a cool
or
first
my
name.
full name. Sorry,
Oh, what is it?
Aniele.
We got it. We
See,
got it.
Aniele.
We got it. We got it. We're gonna make that a permanent drop
No.
now.
We can edit it out.
No, it's not even that. It's just that. It's just that I go by Yeli. Like, everyone knows me as Yeli. Like,
Peanut butter and Yeli, guys.
there's people at work that they don't even know my first name or my full name at all.
Yeah,
And they call you Yeli.
They think Yeli is literally my name.
Oh.
Like, Yeli.
that's as far
Has
as it
anyone ever
goes.
called you like Old Yeller?
Old
No.
Yeller.
No.
Hell
Is it
no.
because you yell a lot?
Yelly?
No. Nice. I've heard that one before.
But yeah, Yeli's going to be joining us on the podcast today. In a second, in a little bit here, when we wrap up Luis's story, we'll probably have her tell us a little bit about herself. But just I wanted to introduce her real quick because she adds on to your story here, Luis. Me and Yeli were like both like
Talking
asking
shit.
ourselves, like, how do you like it up there? Like, how have you been like feeling? How are you liking it? How are you feeling about your move a few months later? How do you feel like you fit in with the locals? Do you feel like you're like too country for them or something like that? Or do you feel like you're too moderate for these like dirty liberals or something like that? Or I just want to get like your feel of the situation.
I'll try to answer each of your questions. You asked a few there, but to answer
Yeah,
your
for
first
real.
one, to answer your first one, how do I feel about the move a couple months later? It's been about 4 months that you guys helped me move out here. So for that, I'm super grateful that you guys helped me. And now both of you, both Juan and Phil, have made the trip and spent some time up here. Leo still needs to
Now
come
let the
out
record show who made the trip up there a couple of times more than the other.
once more.
I don't know who's
Or
keeping
once
track.
more?
I don't know who's
Once
keeping track.
more,
I don't know who's keeping track. Well,
one more time.
By proxy, yeah. No, I think I'll quickly run through the questions. I do like the move. I think it was very good for my life and for my personal career and for I think my mental health specifically. How do I feel around the locals? I think it's made me incredibly racist and conservative. I think when I see certain things that I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Why are we doing that? I always kind of go against the grain already. Like when I was in a very small town, when we were recording out of the studio back then, I was like, these fucking people don't know what they're talking about. Now that I'm up here, I'm like, these people don't know what they're fucking
These
talking
fucking
about.
people don't know what they're talking about.
I went from an incredibly right wing place where people had signs in their yards that said January 6th was only a trial. We will take back our country no matter what it takes.
The South will rise again.
Exactly. To now, like
in the most northern state, the South will rise again.
yeah, literally the most yeah, it's just bizarre. And to now being like the complete opposite of that. Yeah, it's been interesting. Any other? I do like it though. I mean, it is nice. It is fun. I've always wanted to make a move, and I recommend that. Everyone kind of you've spent some time up here, I know, through your wife and whatnot. But yeah, I think it's cool. I think everybody should move to
his old college days.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
alumni Juan over here.
All like 10 months of college that I did.
Yeah. Hey man, I dropped out a semester. It's all
Yeah.
right. But yeah, going back to our guest.
Very soon, Leo.
Well, I'm back and forth. Just take a semester on, take like a year off, and then a semester on.
Oh,
Take a year off.
I like that strategy.
yeah, you're hopscotch.
It's a sloth strategy, bro.
No.
You'll get there eventually.
I'll get there eventually. I'm always progressing forward.
No worries.
All of this at a community college, by the way.
Oh, I'm glad.
I'm
to
just
hear
kidding.
that,
I'm just kidding. No, he goes to a good school.
Oh yeah. Well, not that there's anything wrong with it. No, that's
No.
a different subject.
Yeah, you're right. No, I'm the asshole.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
But
I went to a community
I was
college.
gonna say, didn't you go to-
Yeah.
But on the back to what Luis was trying to say about Madison, I honestly hate Madison. It's ever since you went up there, you're all about your dog now. All about Daisy this, Daisy that. Never about Phil. How you doing, man? Phil, how you, man?
Dude, he
How's
has
work going
been
for you?
he has been expressing these feelings to us, and I'm like, dude, just fucking call a therapist. I don't give a shit.
And he's too liberal now, right?
Yeah.
I don't even care about this. It's that dog. It's that damn dog.
Dude, he's like jealous of your dog.
No. It's like I'm trying to warn him. Like
I want to hear what Luis has to
The
say.
four of us interact quite a lot. And actually, you know what? Our guest here follows me on socials. How often do I bring up my dog?
you talking to me or you talking to
All of you. How often do I
Yes.
bring up my dog? Everybody.
detrimentally enough. We're trying to chat over here, and I'm like, yeah, I can get to that. But in reality, you don't mention it, but I know what you're doing. You're petting her. You're petting her when we're talking to me.
You're such a weirdo. Why do you care?
We're working, damn it.
Why do you care
I
that
hate
he's
when
petting
the
his
dog
fucking dog?
Comes in the middle of the podcast, and we're just trying to record it. And the dog-
And he's just there lifting your spirits, making your day a happy day. What the fuck's that about?
Being man's best friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, are you mad that he didn't get like a manly dog? Is that
No.
what this is about? Is that what this is about?
It's his anything named Daisy, man. It's bad
'Cause-
omen.
Because he got a dachshund. It's German. That's as manly as
I
it
do.
gets.
I do have beef with dachshunds, but that's besides the point.
They're literally the shape of a penis. How much more manly could it get?
That is true. That is quite manly, and they're very selfish. Dachshunds.
Are they? I hear they're like have a lot of personality
Luis is shaking his head no.
and are fun to be around.
I mean, you spent probably.
The few
what,
interactions
30
I've had
minutes
with that dachshund.
Let
him talk.
Let him talk. Let him talk. I couldn't hear.
What's
I
up?
think both of you have spent about like 30 minutes with her.
She's awesome. She's a hoot. She's a hoot.
I'm indifferent.
Great. Dude,
She's
she's
cute
so,
based off the Instagram photos.
yeah, there you go. Yeah, dude, I would love to like once the weather gets a little bit nicer, like have a bunch of you guys come up and spend some time up here and get to meet her. But enough about me, enough about Madison, enough about Daisy the Dachshund. Let's get into today's episode. Let's not waste the people's time. We do have a guest with us. Why don't you promote your socials before we get further away and highlight what you do and who you are?
Yeah, so I'm a graphic designer. You can follow me on Instagram, YeliDesigns, and on Facebook. I also have like a side hobby with my sisters. We do baking. So you can follow us on Instagram, Sister Delight as well.
Is this like a Breaking Bad kind of baking, or like what kind of baking we talking about here?
No, like
Cakes and
Yeah.
cupcakes.
Oh,
Cookies.
nice little treats.
Delights. Yeah.
Delights.
And
Delicates.
to all of our fans, I feel like we should also highlight that Yeli is the person who helped us with our logo.
True.
She's literally the person who created like the cartoon parallel versions of us. So
Also, for fans of the podcast, she is the sister-in-law that you were giving me crap a couple of weeks ago about. And I
Yeah,
gave the phone to the Louise.
which by the way, I didn't leave you on red.
Well, I mean, you left me like 2 days.
Can we touch on that
But
before
leaving
we
you
go
on
further?
leaving you on red means I opened it and left you on red. I didn't open it.
You just
But
kept
then you
ignoring it,
responded
right? Yeah, there's a thing where people like
we
half
touch on
slide
that?
on Snapchat, just see what the message says, and then just like, nah, just ignore.
No, did Juan tell you the reason why? Or no? Did he?
yeah, I did.
I thought you said you're anti.
I told you guys that she doesn't use Messenger.
I was
No,
like, oh, we're getting
I don't use
political.
Messenger
I was
either.
like, hell yeah.
At the time, I have no
What?
storage on my phone, so I deleted Messenger because I'm like, I barely use it, so I deleted it.
I'm on the same boat there. See,
So when I downloaded it again, I saw I had a missing message from you, and I'm like, oh shit.
well, where's his Razzie? If anyone got the worst out of this, is me from this guy over here. Or from everybody here. They're
I
like,
was gonna say, I think from everybody.
yeah, they're like, how do you respond with "oi"? I'm like, what the fuck?
That is an awkward way to start a conversation.
What do you say?
He said,
"Oi."
oi. Instead
Oi.
of saying like, hey, Yeli, how's your day going? Like this or that. He's like, oi, girl. Like,
Oh yeah.
hey, oi, I'm talking to you. You know, like,
Wait, but then I saw
That's
you.
pretty
The day you sent the text,
The
you
next
saw
morning,
me.
yeah.
He came over.
Yeah.
You didn't even bother saying anything.
I feel like that would have been worse. No?
Yeah, like,
He's
so I
like,
sent you
way
that
to ignore my message.
So that's not you then. You totally haven't opened. What's up with that?
What's up?
Yeah.
But,
Then you wouldn't be here today.
exactly.
You just walk in. So if you have a problem with me, just say it. Just say it.
Throw my hat down. Start beef.
Oh, you were wearing that hat, huh?
I'm always wearing a hat.
You are. We need to get you more hats.
I need to get more everything.
Yeah, you're right.
I need more fashion sense. That homeless guy in Madison has better fashion sense than I do.
Dude,
He's
Madison,
got
man.
scarves. He's got a little top.
I think
hats.
no, I think
Madison,
he's
man.
actually on the same boat as you are because he's just wearing the same outfit. Like you're just wearing that
If Phil
same
was
suit.
if Phil was homeless, he would be wearing that same suit and the
Sure.
cow tie every day.
I have a little handkerchief. It'd be dirtier than a motherfucker, but
All crusty and shit.
a little mold going on.
You disgusting animal.
I'd be like the I don't even know what's a good word. Like the host of the street. Kind of like
Yeah.
let me show you around. Let me show you around. Pull my handkerchief out, getting all crust on people and shit.
Look, yeah, you guys can hang out at this corner from this time to this time, but not after this time. The cops drive around.
You gotta come here after 2 a.m. They throw away the pizza. Get a little free snacks.
Why does that sound so realistic when talking about it with you?
Oh, I mean, we've all had many people. You know, Yeli, this is a good question for you. You know, throw this bowl back at you. Do you believe in past lives? And if so, were you homeless?
That's one way to start.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
In past
yeah.
lives? Okay.
Maybe not. I don't think I was homeless.
No?
No.
All right. It's just the energy thing, you know what I mean? I feel like we were talking about this maybe a couple episodes ago, that my ancestors were like Foot Clan soldiers. They were like the first people to go out there and like either that or they were like just cockroaches and hiding and waiting, scavenging. I come from a long line of scavengers. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, no.
Like the human equivalent of like hyenas,
Delicious, dude.
vultures.
You smelled something.
Are you good, Luis? Are you dying?
You probably smell Daisy. That motherfucking dachshund.
I did actually. Oh my god.
There's-
You know, she needs a bath. That's what I'm gonna say.
Oh, it
She
was
needs a
Daisy?
bath.
Yeah,
It was
see?
Daisy related. It was Daisy related. I
Phil's
didn't
gonna
wanna
be
take
like,
away
if you
from
would have
your,
smelled me, I
story
wouldn't
about
smell like
past
that.
Full clan, but yeah, I think our puppy here needs a bath. What's
There
a
it is.
cutie?
Look there it is.
Look
Yeah,
at
there
her.
she
How
comes
do you
again.
not love her? How do you not love her?
To
Look at her.
interrupt the podcast.
Dude, she's gotten bigger, bro.
She's gotten.
She used to
way
be like
bigger.
the size of your forearm. Look at that
I
thing.
know. She's a little bit longer now. She's if you take a look at her, she's about 5.5 pounds. She went to the vet today.
Dude,
so
her
she's
color's
very-
so beautiful.
Oh, she's the prettiest, aren't you?
That
Aren't
like
you?
chocolate brown color.
Yeah, exactly. So she always makes an appearance. You know, figured it wouldn't be an episode without her today. But she
Dude, I can feel Phil's blood pressure
Look
raising.
how his blood is boiling.
Goddamn,
Look how he's gripping the mic. He's like
something more than he
squeezing.
loves me.
Dude,
Everyone's having fun.
loosen up on the mic, dude. Chill out. You're gonna crush
He's over there
it.
like,
yeah, dude. um
Yes, kind of
Yeah,
Daisy.
Take a few deep
know,
breaths, man. Take a few.
I think let's move on to something that you guys are drinking. I'd love to hear our bartender break down what the cocktail of the day is.
So, do you guys still have yours?
Yeah, I've been sipping on the whole.
Okay,
podcast
perfect.
here.
I'll have you guys or us three break it down right now. Today, I wanted to introduce the boys to one of my new favorite Negroni variations that I've discovered, which is a mezcal Negroni. It's gonna be like similar flavor profile to a Boulevardier or like the people who drink whiskey or bourbon Negronis, with like a little bit of that like like a little bit of the smoky quality that like a barrel brings in the Boulevardier, but this would just come from the natural process that the mezcal is made with, which is baked underground, so it picks up a lot of like earthy flavors. It's delicious. It's got like a, to me, like smoky and almost like salt water like taste going on. Like there's like a salinity in there that's like really nice.
Stuff you
But-
would find underground.
Exactly.
Salt
There you
water,
go. There you go.
Some dirt.
And also, of
oak.
course, we used really good vermouth, which is Carpano, and nothing else but Campari. You know, Campari is like bartender ketchup. Cheers, guys. What do you guys think? You know, being newer to Negronis and its variations.
Now for the three ingredients, because it was three ingredients, right?
Yep.
Is that very commonly found at like a Woodman's? Or like
Yeah, all
a
three
little
of them.
Piggly
All
Wiggly?
three of them would be. Yep.
Okay,
That's
okay.
a beautiful thing about Negronis. It's like very much like a hearty put on your hair kind of or put hair on your chest kind of drink. That like somebody who
Put heart on
sips
your
like
chest kind of a thing?
like whiskey by itself or something like that might like. But it's also like balanced enough that it captures a lot of other people who wouldn't necessarily order something that strong by its like most of the time because it's still very savory. But yeah, the three ingredients are sweet vermouth, Campari, and mezcal, which is what we use today.
See, the one thing I would have to say, if you're not a big fan of like, you know, you're going out there trying new drinks and like your new whiskey or bourbon, you know, feller, I think that's a little too strong. I would recommend
Yeah.
something else. But if you're going for more of that taste, that like, yeah, I'm a big smoky guy. I love my barrels.
Yeah.
Yeah. Put me in a barrel. I'm a monkey in a barrel, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Right?
So you're thinking it's too strong in what case or what?
And the smoky, there's too much smoke to it, too much barrel, too much underground. You can taste the worms on this if you linger a little bit enough.
Dude, there's no worms in it, you little asshole.
little underground dirt.
Okay,
But, I
so
mean-
it's a little too smoky for you, is
A
what
little
you're
too
saying.
smoky, but
yeah.
I'm a fan of whiskey and bourbon, so like,
Yeah.
this is up my alley.
Yeah,
you
so
know.
it would almost be like Scotch, you know? Like,
Yeah, that's a
yeah.
good way to explain it.
Yeah, like a smoky Scotch, like Lefroy or the people who like that leather or tobacco taste.
Yeah. That grandpa
Yeah.
taste.
Yeah, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, mezcal is just like a really beautiful ingredient that goes well in cocktails.
Yep.
It
It even sounds pretty too. Mezcal.
Yeah. What about you, Leo? What were your opinions on it? You being like pretty new to Negronis. And
it's definitely like better. Like the first sip, I was like, ooh, but then like the more you get used to it, like I don't know, like personally, like I like the smoky flavor just because like
yeah,
it makes me feel like it's like
it's
outside in the
enjoyable,
woods,
right?
you know,
Yeah,
like, out there
Yeah.
chilling.
yeah.
But I mean, it's not bad. The first sip was just like, damn, this is pretty strong. But the more you sip, it's like it calms down, and then you just
It
kinda
opens up
taste
to you.
what it smells like.
Yeah, your tongue like gets conditioned a little
Yeah.
bit. And then last but not least, over here, to my right, I made Yeli like a classic Negroni, which
Okay.
is just gin, sweet vermouth, and Campari. Yeli, what were your opinions on a Negroni? Have you had one before?
No, I never had one before.
And what were your opinions on this one?
I liked it a lot.
What did it taste like to you? Like,
I still tasted the smokiness, even though you said that it
Yeah.
wasn't as strong as that one.
yeah, okay,
But I liked it.
okay,
Strong still, but than
Yeah.
what I usually drink.
yeah.
But I like it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see, there we go. Okay, awesome. Perfect then. What about you over there, Luis? Getting back to you over there in headquarters. What are you up to, you son of a bitch?
I love
What have you been
Negronis.
drinking?
What have I been drinking?
Yes.
So yeah, we were actually talking about this before the episode. I've been cutting back on drinking quite heavily. I've been trying to pursue more of a healthier lifestyle. I feel like last year wasn't just drinking alone. There was a lot of other components, not getting enough sleep, burning on both ends and whatnot. So slowing down on the drinking, but still enjoy the odd cocktail here and there. But specifically Negronis, I've always been a big fan. I enjoy the bitterness. I probably would enjoy the mezcal Negroni because I like smokiness. I like the taste of leather. I want to smell that burnt glove, that baseball glove burnt, smell. That's typically
Ooh.
associated
Dude,
with
baseball glove is such a good term. That's such a good term.
Yeah, very, very specific. But yeah, no, today I'm just drinking some ice water mixed with a little bit of your mango peach mio. But going forward, I think I'm going to try to present, or I want to present a non-alcoholic option to each of the cocktails that we are having. That way it's like, here's your drink, here's your non-alcoholic version of it. That way people who aren't drinking can also enjoy while they're out and about and whatnot. So
Oh yeah, and I can't wait for the episode where we do 40 ounces to see you get a non-alcoholic 40 ounce with like a
Shut the fuck
like an
up.
alternative brown paper bag that's healthier kind of thing or eco-friendly.
We're really walking around with a paper bag, like
Yeah. Hey, bro. But yeah, no, I would definitely recommend this to a good friend.
Yeah.
I give this maybe a 4 out of 5. It's like you said, it's just 3 simple ingredients. If you're not a big smoky guy, but don't get it.
Yeah, you definitely have to be like a fan of like smoke. Yeah, like earth.
dude, like
Like maybe if you drink black coffee, you would love this cocktail. Like to all my black coffee people, this is like the cocktail for you. If you
This is
drink
what,
tea without
like,
sugar,
it's like what a campfire smells
yes,
like. though.
Luis.
Yeah.
You're right.
So like,
Can you
in the-
repeat yourself, Luis?
no, we're talking about coffee. I don't want to change the subject.
Okay. All right.
But I digress.
He does digress.
But
He's the best digressor.
You know, I would
Shall we,
definitely- yeah, this is a stellar.
Yeah, but changing the subject again, without being too hasty, Yeli.
Yelly,
What, how familiar and I tried to warn you we would talk about the subject. I hope it's not too out there for us. But
So the one child policy in China.
Am I
no,
having
fuck
different
that,
order?
fuck that. Artificial intelligence. How
Oh,
much
yeah.
have you heard about it, read about it? Like, how familiar are you with it? Anything like that?
Now, little side note before we begin here. I've been wanting to get you on here for about a good year to talk about this. And in this past year, since that has happened, AI has become everywhere.
It's blown up a lot.
Just
yeah.
yesterday, ChatGPT 4 just got released, which is an upgraded ChatGPT 3, which is already
I just
bonkers.
started hearing about like the
original
first one,
one.
bro.
I didn't
They're
know
already at number 4.
I didn't even know there was versions of
Yeah.
it. I just tried to go on the website one time and
Yes.
it said it was like full. And
Luis,
to come back in a couple hours.
What is your anecdote?
I don't want to expose where I work or what I do. I use ChatGPT for a company-wide email that I had to send out. It went out to 261 recipients. And in order to compose it, I used ChatGPT.
Tell me why I've been wondering if I should start doing that, and I think I'm going to.
Well, I thought you wrote your wedding vows with ChatGPT.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Go fuck yourself. Don't try to burn me like that.
Oh, it was so beautiful. I thought you had some artificial assistance.
Shut up. All right, and did it come out pretty good, Luis? Like 90% well? Like, did you have to do a lot of editing? How did that work out for you?
The way that ChatGPT works, for those who have used it and for those who haven't, it's a very simple procedure. You say compose email, write this. Like very, very simple, specific, broad. I kind of just contradicted myself. It's got to be kind of a broad yet specific notion. So write an email, write an invitation, and then it'll ask, okay, for more context, please provide what it's for. And so I said what it's for. And then I was specific about the instructions. It sent back a pretty good, for my case, it was an email. And then I just had to input the specific areas that I needed to input, i.e., how many people, what we needed, what it was for. And then I had to do a little bit of human correcting, just like, would this sound like it came from a computer? And sure enough, I mean, it was proofread by 3 people before I went to the rest of the 261. And everybody was like, yeah, thumbs up, man. Looks good.
Wow. He's taking all the credit for Bill Gates.
No, I was fully honest with the 3 people that saw it ahead of time. I was like, does this look good? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, oh, ChatGPT wrote
it.
Oh, wow.
Sounds like a South Park episode. Yeah, ChatGPT.
It was a South Park episode just recently.
Dude, I just started watching the last season that's out of South Park. The first episode was so fucking good. Like I haven't laughed that hard in a long time. Like the last minute or the whole episode was essentially setting up to like the punchline in like the last 30 seconds, and it's never been more satisfying. So I'm really looking forward to watching the rest of that.
Was that the day I heard you laugh?
Yeah, that was the day you heard me laughing like crazy.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch the latest episode of South Park?
I haven't. No, I just started on the latest season, so I'm like 20 episodes behind. But I can cruise through South Park.
You're not gonna like the first episode of the new season.
No,
it's very heavy, Kanye.
That's the one I watched, bro.
Oh, that's this season.
Yay, Cupid. That's what I just said.
Oh,
I said I'm on the first episode of the latest season.
I think said on the
Cupid
last
Yay.
Season. Yeah,
dude, that was one of the best opening episodes that they've had. Like, it was a good episode.
He came out heavy.
Yeah. That was great, and like how he's like a fucking Nazi and he's trying to convert. Yeah, well, I've said enough.
They portrayed Kanye West
pretty accurately. Yeah.
Well, what were you gonna say, Luis, about the newest episode of South Park?
The newest episode is.
Were you gonna go on a tangent about that?
No, I wasn't. Fuck it. Let's move on. AI is a thing. Are we worried?
Yeah, so specifically for you, Yeli, since like.
I don't know what question I'm answering or what.
Yeah,
for the past year we've been wanting to get you on the
I
the podcast.
heard,
AI.
yep.
Do you think AI is gonna either improve your line of work to where you can make time work that much easier, or just flat out replace
Well, we've used AI already in some of our Adobe programs. It's what I use to create a lot of my design work. There's already AI in there that I use as a tool. So I see AI for us as a tool. Like,
okay.
So you welcome AI with open arms.
Yeah, but I do understand the aspect of like people saying it can take over the job. But I see it more for illustration more than the whole graphic design job as a whole. Just because, you can type in like a dolphin jumping over the moon.
Yeah.
Doing whatnot in a Picasso style paintbrush, whatever.
And that's the one that I had a question or was kind of wondering your thoughts about.
Yeah, and like I see that more for illustration, but then like I can also see it. I mean, I'm sure there's gonna be new models and stuff, improvement. But like let's say there's some tweak that you want to do. Well, it's gonna give you a whole different new one when you type it.
Yeah.
Rather than if you go in to a graphic designer or illustration person, they can tweak that up themselves.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I also feel like there's not that human touch or human emotion coming from the AI than if you go to someone like a graphic designer.
Been a few instances in the last couple of months since the AI graphic design technology has taken off where competitions are open, a AI drawn artwork is submitted and not only placed highly, have won. Does that concern you at all as this stuff keeps getting improved? And I know you said, well, it's more about illustration as opposed to fully converting an artwork from a customer. But is that worrying at all, or do you think, oh, this is still something that I can use for work?
I'm not worried.
Yeah, when you're a bad bitch, you don't worry, Luis.
No, I'm
when
not
you're a bad
worried.
bitch, you don't
It
worry.
doesn't phase you at all.
No, because I just think back to like the idea, what I just said, that human touch, the emotion, and
Yeah,
like, again, I see it as a design, as a tool.
yeah.
Like I could see me using it as a tool, you know.
If anything, more art or more illustrations or more whatever line of that product is going to come out in abundance because more people have accessibility to it. So, I mean, I don't know if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Is that a good
You're
point?
saying that like more people are gonna get involved in the sector?
Yeah,
Is that what
there we
you're
go. That's a
saying?
good way
Yeah.
to say it, yeah. So
Yeah.
it's going to expand that line of work and
Yeah,
give the AI more research or data to mine
Yeah.
and take from too.
yeah. And what like when she was saying that like that human touch,
Yeah,
Like,
the
to me-
human soul.
to me like how could a AI like work with I mean, I guess if they were like really good with words or like typing and shit, but like how could an AI know like, oh well, you want like your coffee shop to have this vision that you have in your brain, like
Exactly.
that seems like something that you would probably have to talk with somebody over like an hour or something. Like I want like the theme of this place to be a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but like with a hint of like the gorillas or like, you know, like I don't know.
Yep. No. But so, let me kind of argue that point. I used to work at a place where you could save big money. If you're from the Midwest, you know. Save big money.
John Menards, the greatest
The greatest old man sleazebag.
greatest political donor the Midwest has ever created.
Hell yeah. But I used to work in the back there. I used to help out in the cab maps and the cabinets and appliances, and we used to draw out like a kitchen, right? Remodel. We want this, we want that. Put in maybe like 20, 15 minutes of time going bit by bit with old people, and
Okay.
it'll come out as like $20,000, $30,000. They're like, oh no, I don't, no.
Yeah.
So like it'd be saving, to bring up the whole coffee ideal, right? You'd be saving 15 minutes just going to different variations of like I want coffee, this, that, or however like dark roasty Colombian thing, artwork and
Yeah.
whatever.
I guess I'm just saying like say you're from like in a hypothetical situation, say you're like the city of Chicago or the city of Milwaukee, and
Windy City.
you have to like create art that like conveys your city. How do you ask AI to make like, hey, make a mural that's like very Chicago related, other than like putting Chicago people on there? Like, how is it gonna draw something in the style of like the artist?
Well, I
of
think
that
I'll
city?
get it though, because like AI like takes everything from the internet
That was
and like
just-
Yeah.
everything's already on the internet. So if you want like Chicago style, it's gonna look at everything that's ever like drawn about Chicago and like make a compilation.
I mean,
out
it's
of that.
gonna learn of like the past, but like it's never gonna be like being the new style. It's never gonna
Well, you
be
can
like
teach it though. That's the
it's,
thing
it's
about
never
like,
gonna be like the cutting edge or like the one inventing new styles because it's learning from us.
yeah, but the thing about AI is it teaches itself. So once it figures out like what we want, it'll be like, oh, they want more modern. It's gonna start doing more modern. It's gonna that's the reason why it's like artificial intelligence, I guess, because like it teaches itself to be like better than last time. So that's why like some people are starting to worry because when Google made that whole AI, or what was it, Google,
Yeah,
and it
the
came out
app.
racist. It was like teaching itself to be racist,
Yeah.
and they didn't know why. They just like straight up said like, "Oh, why was it doing that?" It's like we don't know, and then they just shut it off.
I feel like almost like half of every AI bot I've ever heard about, like
It's because
eventually enough it like gets exposed to 4chan or something.
yeah,
and
it's like it
becomes
sweeps the whole
racist.
internet, and it's
Yeah.
like starts to pick up some ideas, and then like it like builds on those ideas and just gets smarter and smarter. So you just gotta turn it off.
That's the other thing about what you just said, Leo. I've seen like people that I went to college with, make Facebook posts where it's like they hate this whole AI thing, because they're saying they're stealing other people's artwork to create this, and that's like, back to like the whole copyright thing. It's like it's
Yeah.
not original.
Intellectual property.
Yeah, because that's what it's doing. It's pulling stuff
Yeah.
from the internet. Photos that someone else took or artwork
Like,
that other people posted and
everywhere.
uploaded.
Yeah, but I mean, then again,
Damn though,
So
yo,
that's not-
that's
that's
a
not
good
original.
point. That's a
But,
really good point.
One could simply argue that nothing's ever been original at this point because
Oh
everything's
my
just been
God,
a
shut
copy.
the
I guess,
Oh,
but
you
you-
copy of a copy of a copy.
I guess, homie, but we live in the U.S. of A., like the inventors of intellectual property, like quite literally, like here in the UK, like invented the idea of what intellectual property is, so we could like protect rich people's money and their inventions couldn't get stolen. And sometimes like that it gets also used in like the benefit of an artist who his work is his like art piece. So that's actually a really good point that I hadn't like thought of before.
Yeah.
I still feel like we're in the early stages though. We just gotta give it like 50 years. Because like when the internet first came out, people were like, "Oh, this is gonna run the world," didn't they?
Yeah.
And it's probably gonna be quicker. You're probably just gonna.
I was gonna say I feel like it might be like
a 10 years.
15,
it really
20.
might actually just take over like whole like jobs disappear. Like reporters, like why would they exist when you can just like tell the AI what happened and then like figure everything out? You don't even have to tell it what happened. Oh, like home, it's like this happened here and this here, and then like writes out a whole fledged out story. Well, it's like nonpartisan.
Yeah.
Like it might just replace everything, but then they'll create new jobs that like didn't exist before. So it's giving me like
someone to make sure the AI
like
machines
some jobs that we
operating.
never thought like in history could exist. All of a sudden, you're like existing.
That could be the new utopia. Your new job is just gonna get walk around with an air filter, air can, spray the machines.
That's
Doesn't get too dusty.
It might be.
But it's scary because from the artist's point of view or from any point of view of it's a sample of a sample of a sample. Music is a sample of a sample of a sample. Your hero is a sample of a sample of a sample. Most of the stuff is from the Motown, jazz, slow jams. That's a song from Marvin Gaye.
Man. Yeah, that's what hip hop is.
Some slow jam. But that is the
sample,
culture.
sample. Yeah,
bro, that's the culture, bro. Right? Sampling too.
Dude, look at how I'm dressed. Dude, come on, man.
Yeah.
Look at how I'm dressed.
I didn't want to bring that up.
Like in that one movie.
Dude, don't talk to me about the culture, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Don't be sitting here lecturing about the culture.
It's like what culture?
Yeah, what culture? Say it out loud, Phil. Say it with your chest.
Your word, my brother.
Yeah, damn right.
It's on your chest.
Damn right. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
There we go. That's culture appropriation right there, my brother.
Culture appreciation.
A little chef kiss in there.
Yeah, chef's kiss.
A little chef kiss. But it's scary. Nothing's original. But like you were saying, the human soul aspect is hard to artificially manipulate or construct from a couple programs. And I'm sure Luis was saying from his email that he sent to 267 people or whatever that there was some human errors that he had to put in there.
Yeah,
he
needed to still clean up some stuff.
Yeah,
and like I guess to like wrap it up. I guess to wrap it on my end about like the whole AI
Please
situation.
wrap it up in general. Let's move on.
Yeah,
talked about this.
I was just gonna say, like I can see it just from ChatGPT and the Illustrator AI. Like I can see that it's gonna be very useful, and they're gonna be like tools that a lot of people in those fields are gonna use. Like Luis is using it to like write like a not super important email, I'm sure. That he just needed to pump out and needed to like quickly edit, and it did the job that he was gonna do. Yeah, at the end of the day, you're trying to convey a message, and that's what that motherfucker did. But like to me, it's hard for me to think that these devices are ever gonna be on the cutting edge of an industry or trend setting anything, because like they're just.
But they already are. They're in the medical field. They're in hospitals. Like doctors and precisions and all that stuff.
But those are robots that they're like using to like somebody else's. Literally, it's like a drone essentially.
Can I add a quick example that's not necessarily to do with this exact thing, but it kind of sums up my experience with it. Like the AI is kind of algorithm based, so it's taking everything that has been previously done with the context that you've given it, and then pumping out something similar to it, trying to get you to like it. Which in my experience, the thing that I can think of the most similar to this is when you start off a Spotify radio or any sort of like Pandora, which is like taking the stuff you've liked and then showing you other stuff that is like it. But I think there's still nothing compared to somebody being like, hey, you like this stuff? Let me introduce something brand new that is kind of out of your forte, that is going to break the ground, which I think that algorithms and AI and all this other stuff is still so far from it. Because one thing that I feel like it's lacking the most is originality. If it's taking is context that you've liked, it will never then create something brand new that is breaking the ceiling, right? Like I feel like it's pattern-based program at the moment, and until we see it like, holy fuck, it invented this thing that we never knew we needed, or it did this, it created a new way to communicate, it did like a new fucking teleportation or something that's so crazy that we're like, holy fuck, this actually works, and it's something that we can rely on. If all it is feeding you the same pattern, then couldn't we just get somebody who's smart enough to see the pattern? You know what I mean?
But I mean, like you were saying, this is very primitive of where the technology is right now.
Right. Until we get something that completely breaks and shatters the glass ceiling, then we can revisit it. But until then I think we're still far from it.
We may be far from it, but we're on a fast track to it. No matter how far the destination is. Like a year ago, I was freaking out with you guys. Like, there's a corgi on the beach. It made it artificially. You said specifically, like, who gives a fuck about the corgi on the beach, Phil?
And they look all stupid, and it's like, oh, this image doesn't exist.
To be fair, that was the sentiment in the room.
No, yeah, true.
Yeah, but now they're faking like presidential voices and like celebrity voices and making them seem real.
Dude, that shit is great.
I was showing Juan. I made a rap with AI.
Yeah, we made a rap about the podcast, guys, in the style of Kendrick Lamar. Yeah. And then we did one in the style of Kanye West.
Lyrically speaking, it was really surprisingly good. The voice.
Realistically, it was like a 4 out of 10.
And also, like, I honestly though, we're all kind of dumb. Like, there's gonna be someone smart enough that comes along and says like, this AI will fit perfectly with this, and then just create like a whole new universe.
Yeah.
Because like we're over here like making raps about things. What the hell kind of purpose is that gonna do? But if someone will like plug in AI at the right place at the right time, it's gonna create like something that we just never thought we needed.
It's scary. Well, I mean, this goes all the way back to what Luis was saying, that like, you know, or what you were saying about, I don't know if this was on the podcast, right? But gun control and like kids in school, you can do whatever you want, but there's still going to be guns out, right?
Yeah.
The same with like,
AI.
you know, AI and
You
all
can
this
do
technology.
whatever you want, but it's going to be out there.
Yeah, and like 3D printing, and people are like, you're making fake guns, ghost guns. You know, no matter what, you can't.
Fair.
Same with AI. People are going to, unfortunately, pirate.
You know
or
what
steal
AI
from-
can't do?
What's up?
Taste. That's
Bro.
what AI can't do.
Yet.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. ChatGPT 4 can actually.
Well, didn't they start making devices to like help you taste and hear and smell? Like it picks up like the.
It can make devices, but it's not going to be tasting itself.
But the AI, you can plug it into an AI and like, because taste is just chemicals and like in the air, like. So if it picks it up and reads it in the right way, maybe it can taste and then replace us.
And there's a company in China.
Damn, that
developed,
asshole. They can do taste, Luis.
an add-on for your phone where, like, if you're in a long-distance relationship, just put this bad boy on there and just start making it out, right? and it records.
Bro, this is why girls don't talk to you. Why the fuck do you know that?
And it records your lip vibrations. So your partner from all the way across wherever could, like, feel the same, like...
I could live my whole fucking life not knowing that. You fucking weirdo.
Bro, this is where technology is now.
I think we've hit a peak with this topic. I think we should.
Yes.
I agree.
I agree.
With a bow.
I kept trying to move off of it, and you just kept biting harder and
Well,
harder.
we're gonna find out in the next couple of years because if there is a war. That's when we'll see what AI can really do.
Yeah, for real. Bro.
We're gonna get drafted. We're gonna be over there like, damn, they got it.
You fucking doomsayers over here.
You know what? Speaking of what AI will do,
I want to throw it back to Luis over here.
AI is gonna save us from global warming.
That's what I was-
I would say I'm more forward to seeing what in store for you for this upcoming year. You know, we're 3 months
me
in
too.
2023.
Yep.
You know, 2022, you're out there getting your foot out there in the relevant scene market with the graphic designs, and like I was talking to you off the podcast, you're in the advertising kind of a thing, like a John Hamm, like a madman.
Well, graphic design, it involves everything. So like,
Yeah, you can be a graphic designer
Artwork.
for a lot of stuff.
yeah,
Exactly.
it involves everything with video, artwork, digital art,
Oh wow.
advertising, all that.
Mm-hmm.
It involves everything.
So you're like a Swiss Army knife of the tech world. All right.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
All right, Juan, go on. You had a better question than I did, I guess.
No, I guess
Carry on, my wayward son.
to the direction that I wanted to ask you about was like how did you tell me about like the start of you and your sister's baking business. Like, how did that get started? Like what was the who had the idea? Like, did it start with one and then it got brought in and then expanded, or just if you could just go a little bit into that?
Yeah, so it started off with Alo,
Okay.
my wife. She's been baking for so many years, like before she even knew that she liked baking and was good at it. And then she just started off with taking small orders, like cake orders and cupcake orders, and then she ended up taking too many orders one time that she needed mine and Gloria's help. So we jumped in, and I can't bake for shit. So I just stuck to doing pretty stuff, artistic stuff.
Yeah.
And then from there, I discovered that I was good at doing the sugar cookies. So I stick to just doing sugar cookies. Alo does cupcakes and cakes, and then Gloria does all the clean work. Sometimes she can do the cakes and cupcakes as well. And then we just combined it, and we decided to just make a page. And
Yeah. And how long has the page been up?
since 2018.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
You guys
And
have
then
been doing this for like 4 or
4
5 years now?
5 years, yeah. And then there was, I think around COVID, we closed our page down for like 7-8 months because we were all, 3 of us were in college and we were all working, and then we were booked every weekend. I mean, you remember, Juan,
Yeah.
we'd stay up till like 4 a.m. Fridays and Saturdays. You'd
To
come
pump
up,
them out. Yeah.
yeah, you'd come, or you'd tell us like, damn, you guys are still up, and we're like, yes, Juan. It's like 3 a.m. and it just got too much, so we just closed the page, finished the orders that we had to finish, and then it was during COVID, so
Yeah. You slowed it down.
we slowed it down, and then me and Alo opened it back up, I think 2 years ago again, and then now here we are. We're not
That's
overly
awesome.
booking ourselves. We
Yeah.
like kept track, we have a calendar and stuff, and we know our schedule now. Like, we all notify each other when we add
That's
something
awesome.
to the calendar.
You created like systems.
Yeah.
That's great.
That
Yeah,
makes
it's
that
been
makes a
great.
lot of sense. So you guys have been doing it since like 2018. right?
Yeah.
You had a little pause break for 7 months during the pandemic.
Yep.
Because some of the designs, and for the fans listening, for the listeners at home, you can check the YeliDesigns and Sisters
The
Bakery
baking page
The
is Sister
sisters.
Sister Delight on Instagram. Only on Instagram.
only on Insta, and you can see the work you guys put in. Because like I remember either it was this year or like last year, you had a Dragon Ball Z themed cookies.
Oh yeah, I did those.
So a lot of people like wow, this I can't speak.
Use your words, buddy.
It's that
Use your
smoky.
words.
I'm too smoky right now. That damn Daisy, goddammit. But no, out of all the different requests that you've seen, what's the most weirdest request? Have you ever been requested for like a sex party, like a bachelorette party, or like
Actually, no,
can we
we
get,
have
like-
not.
Okay.
No, not even like any like drug related one either, which I would want to do. Like, I would really want to do one, like a weed pot or something, or like a joint,
Yeah.
or even like
They're
for
probably
bachelor-
hitting up the Illinois bakers for that one.
probably.
though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's- Well, your guys' name's like Sister Delight. You go on the page, it's a bunch of flowers. Like, you know what they need? Some
They're good with flour, right? They're good with
and,
flour.
like, it shows a bunch of like little toys and little kid designs. Like, you know what? I bet they can do a really good like pot and like joint.
420 it up.
I don't know, anyone out there, please order some, because I would love to do that.
Open challenge right there.
Yeah.
Open invitation.
Yes.
But no, nothing weird. We've never gotten anything weird. Not that I can think of. No.
Cool.
It's all been different. Every time it's at least for cookie designs, it's been different every single time. There's never like a repeat.
Oh,
It's
nice.
rare. It's rare. Not never. It's rare.
That's true, right?
It's rare.
Like, you guys are like customizing every order.
Yeah, literally. Each order is so different. Like, they just send pictures of ideas, and I'm like, all right, different
Yeah.
design. All right, cool. And then I suck at ordering the cookie cutters, so I hand cut each cookie cutter. Like, if it's a different design, I hand cut because I suck at pre-ordering the.
Dude, you hand cut them?
Yeah,
Oh my god! All right.
yeah.
Well, that's why they're open until 4 a.m. 5 a.m.
All right, one cookie, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's working there. Working
Yeah.
there. In the oven.
I bet that keeps it fun for you though. Like,
It is fun. I mean, my back hurts sometimes when it's a lot, but
Yeah.
other than that, yeah, it's fun. Especially, doing the cookie itself, the picture design,
Yeah.
which makes sense.
Is there this is a more in shop technical question. A couple of weeks ago, because we're both tasters, we're all about food, wine, and the culture, like Juan is saying.
The culture.
The culture. A couple of weeks ago, the
Shout out
White
to
House
the
was trying to get gas stoves off. And
Oh
they're
yeah, I
trying to
saw that. I've heard of that.
trying to demonize gas stoves.
Yeah.
Right? And you You guys were
It's the
pretty
cause
good,
of
yeah.
childhood cancer or childhood
Yeah,
asthma.
something
It
like
was
that.
asthma.
It raises like each for every or if your house has a commonly used gas range, your rates of childhood asthma like skyrocket in your household or something like that.
I've had nothing but pure gas.
I just want to say, like,
And how many
we did
asthmatics are
3
there in your-
kids. Not a single one of us got asthma.
No, I had
No.
asthma like a motherfucker when I was like up until like age 8. Like, yeah, I was bad. I was a wheezy
I always
little kid.
understood it weird when like people would go outside and be like, "Oh, I got allergies," and then couldn't breathe, and I'm just out there like, "Just breathe." Just like,
That was me.
Just breathe.
yeah, just breathe. It's just like
What you mean?
it's not
Use
that
your
hard.
mouth.
Yeah. And they'll be like,
Breathe, damn it. But shit. What was my question?
About the gas
Yeah,
stove.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh
up gas
shit.
stoves.
I'm so sorry.
You fucking
I was just thinking about my childhood for a second there.
But I
Gas
digress.
stoves, electric stoves. What's better, induction, baking?
I don't. We use gas.
You use gas?
We've always used gas.
I don't know if you guys ever like flirted around in the kitchen, like maybe we'll do electric, maybe we'll do like
No,
campfire.
I think my older sister, she doesn't like electric. 'Cause
Oh.
we had electric, I think, a long time ago, when we were young, and she hated it. So
Oh,
I don't remember it. but
Yeah.
we've always used gas stoves that I can remember.
well, this is in, folks. If you want to get into cooking and baking, gas it up.
Gas it up.
You've heard it here from a professional.
honestly, I think probably for like a house, honestly, electric would be better.
Electrical?
Yeah, just because like
Maybe induction.
gas, like people don't really realize it, just because like you can smell it when it's leaking, but when it's burning, you can't smell it. It's still leaking. Like it only burns like I think it's like 70% of it's actually on fire. The rest is all just going up. And if you don't turn on your thing,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
just breathing all that in.
Yeah, that's
That's the whole thing, right?
that's the reason that they're trying to like make it a
over the
thing.
range.
Like in a restaurant, definitely like gas. It's just that thing's always going, and it's just so much quicker
Yeah.
than
That
to
makes sense,
keep
yeah.
heating everything up.
Yeah.
But if you're in a home, just electric is like, and it's so much more convenient. It's
Damn,
just like,
listen to the fucking professional chef over
Yeah,
here.
for real.
or it just goes
Keep
like,
dropping knowledge bombs.
because I know like,
What the fuck, Luis? This is your alley. You're the chef guy. You're the guy that cooks in the kitchen. What the fuck?
Get it, boy.
yeah, but like, because in restaurants it would be useful just to have fire. and,
Yeah.
like the gas.
That's dope. Well, that settles it.
Yep.
1 point
Yes.
for Leo and fuck Phil. Moving
Fuck
on
yes.
from that. Yelly, how did your family all become like incredible at cooking?
Not me.
Like
I'm the one that.
how
You're the
Fuck
black
that-
sheep
I
of the
fucked that
family?
up.
because Yelly, like you guys here know, but like for our fans, Yelly and my wife, and Gloria and her mom, like
Gloria from the Mother's Day episode.
yeah, Gloria from the Mother's Day episode, Alo being my wife, like
Miss Legend.
Miss Legend, that's right, Miss Legend. Like these are all of them are like incredible cooks.
I verify that. Yep.
And I just don't get it. Like
I think.
how
my
did this
mom-
happen?
my mom-
Is that why? It has to be
Yeah,
why,
my
right?
Mom, yeah.
Yeah.
Like trauma. Like, did your mom beat you up? No.
Oh
How
my
did-
God.
How did she like impart that?
She beat the cooking into you.
Yeah, how did she? That's what I was getting to. How did she impart that love onto you guys though? Because like, there's a lot of
I think that's
people who are good cooks, but like their kids don't give a shit. You know?
damn. Yeah, I guess when you put it like that. Because I was gonna say, I think that's my mom's love language. You know, the
Yes.
feeding us. You know, the fact
That's
that we
definitely
enjoy
her
the
love
food.
language.
Yeah, her love
100%.
language
I
is
get.
definitely.
And
making
she
food.
and like you can see it like sadness in her eyes when you turn down food.
Oh
Like,
yeah, you know.
if you like
yeah.
turn down seconds, she's like, "You sure?"
and
Like,
then you're like, oh
yeah,
god, and then she
yeah.
gives you a big ass plate.
yeah. No, but yeah, that's it. So
Oh.
would you say that that's why then?
Yeah, I think that's why. And I mean, you can see with Alo's love language is food.
Yes.
She
Agreed.
loves to cook, and she's always so happy. Like, try it.
Yes. And then like half the time she won't try herself.
No, she won't.
Yeah.
She likes seeing others eat in that they enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, definitely the love language from my mom. It's the food.
You heard it here first, folks. Be raised in a home full of love. That
Yeah.
is the answer. That is the answer.
Exactly.
Yes.
Treat people with food. That's
Yes.
another answer. Damn right.
Food them up.
Food them up.
And then that is true because like Juan's part of the family now, right? And like I've been over a
Yes.
couple of times. It's a very sweet, loving dynamic. I was over maybe for Christmas.
Yeah, it was New Year's.
New Year's,
Was it Christmas?
something like that. Maybe Thanksgiving even. I had a agua de Jamaica.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Mom just made some recently.
Oh, some of that punch stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she just made it like this past weekend.
What an awful
And
friend you are.
she made tamarindo too, fresh tamarindo.
Tamarindo.
Agua de tamarindo.
You know, I had a great time last time with that punch stuff, and you didn't invite me. I was sick. This guy comes over, starts drinking everything I have, right?
Sounds
And
like,
he doesn't-
sounds like what?
He doesn't tell me. You know,
I
mean,
drank one Red Bull,
he
bro.
grabs it, he starts drinking it. I get sick. I'm like, oh god. Oh. I come over and got some of that punch. Better next day.
Oh, dude, that
I
punch
was
is
like-
full of vitamin C, dog.
Yeah, that's what
that
my
actually
mom likes
totally
making
makes
it.
sense.
I was like a walking machine, dude. I was like, fuck AI, bro. I'm a robot now. I was pumped. So
Yeah, that
definitely
stuff's good.
you know, have you guys ever considered this sister
Delight.
stew?
Oh, what?
Stew?
Or like just get rid of bakery, get rid of the lights, just stick pure like shakes.
Pure stews.
Pure
Stew?
liquids. I mean, I stew was the first liquid thing I had.
So just liquids?
Liquids, shakes, you know, like a Julius Caesar, but with Jamaica, tamarindo.
No, I don't think we've thought of that.
No, okay.
No.
See, I mentioned
So like an
Outcast.
aguas frescas stand? Is that what
Yeah, I think that's
Do you
what
think
you
you're
seem like
inventing
aiming
aguas
for.
frescas,
What's
bro?
fresca?
It's all those type of drinks like
It's all that good shit that like
Wow.
Mexicans who don't hate being Mexican like indulge in.
See, I'm just getting to that point in my life. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is amazing.
It's the part of the culture that the self-hating Mexicans like don't hang out in.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck? Topas? What? It's a new world.
It's a new world out there, bro.
Mhm.
The world is your oyster, Phil.
But that's glad to hear that the food language is love. You know what I mean?
Yeah, which I'm
Especially-
trying to learn. I've been trying to learn for the past 2 years because I suck at cooking.
Now, I'm gonna ask you a loaded question. Do you hope to?
Reach their level, yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's
of
dope.
like,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
I mean,
dope.
like Juan, like he'll be making shit, but he includes me in making it too. So like I learn. I ask Alo questions or I have Alo include me. Same with Gloria.
And that's how you learn. Yeah.
That's how I learn. Yeah. Sometimes TikToks.
See,
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
I didn't
Super
have the
helpful.
fortune of like growing up with like that environment of like everyone cooking and all that stuff, or not that I really cared to learn. But like most of my inspirations were from like Ratatouille, right? So
I was gonna say, to be fair, I grew up in a household. I was a latchkey kid, bro. Nobody cooks for me. I learned how to make eggs at
fuck a
like
latchkey kid.
where like your parents are too busy working to like spend too much time with you.
Oh.
Like so you like
Okay.
most of the time like you're after school and you're like by yourself for a few hours
Yeah.
or stuff like that, right? There's a proper term for that. It's called latchkey kid.
Neglected.
I know. I wasn't gonna say that, but you're not wrong. But point is, like, I didn't learn how to cook from anybody else, but like, I started at like age 5 with eggs, and I literally made myself eggs for like 3 years, dude. Like, I would not get sick of them. I would poach them. I would like over easy them. I would what the fuck, sunny side up, like, you know, hard boiled. Dude, there's so many options, and they're relatively like healthy-ish. Like, yeah, I mean, it's literally clean protein.
That's protein.
Yeah, it's clean protein, not that much fat, not that much like carbs. Yeah, it's really good.
Eggs.
But
Rocky eats that shit.
Yeah, in addition to that though, like the one way that like I totally agree with Yeli is just like go out there and look up recipes that seem interesting to you and just make that. Like that's the best way to learn. Like
Mhm.
cuz like that's the way that I would learn. Like I would take like holidays like Thanksgiving or some shit and I'd be like, "Mom, let me try making the turkey." And like that was literally how I learned to start cooking. Like I would make the mashed potatoes like and yeah, because like like I'm not gonna be making like a Mexican dinner because I've never been taught how to make food like that. I've like learned from videos and Food Network, you know.
Little YouTube videos. Yeah, cooking's a very all around expression, and I know someone else has a big passion. Is our heartthrob in Madison over there, Luis Pablo. Is your situation similar to what we've been talking here, like neglected child, or you know, or growing up on the opposite of like everyone's cooking, everyone's loving each other, to like,
Definitely
oh, hijo, ven
neglected.
aquí.
No, definitely neglect. But I think overall it just goes to trial and error. Like you can't be afraid to fuck up because at the end of the day, like it's food. So worst comes to worst, you're just like, well, I made a fucking steak
chuck
that
it.
tastes like well, no, don't chuck it, idiot. You fucking eat it. Like you still spent money and time on it. But
Yeah, you
understanding,
fucking idiot.
yeah, you fucking
Fucking
moron.
You
God,
troglodyte.
why
Yeah.
the fuck do you wake up
troglodyte,
every
you
morning?
Fucking
Caveman.
No, that was rude, man. I'm working on being a nicer person, and I rescind my last comment on calling you a fucking idiot. I don't think you're that stupid. But
Honestly, I
yeah,
like you better when you were drinking.
I want to double it and give it to the next guy.
The drink.
The insults.
No, I'm sorry. I should be a nicer person. No, just I had the blessing of having my grandmother like constantly in the kitchen, and she would take care of us a lot growing up over the summer. So I would watch her cook, and that really like inspired me. She's a big hero of mine. And yeah, I mean, she would just cook some bomb ass food. And like, I remember one time when I was like probably 19 or 20, and I like started working out, and I was like all about like eating chicken and rice, and being a bodybuilder like Michael Heron. And I went over to her house, and she's like, "Oh, I have tamales and pozole and all this other shit." And I'm like, "I'm not eating that. Like, I'm eating chicken." And she's like, "Mijo, te vas a enfermar. Eso no está bien." And for our English
In
listeners,
the most
my
lovingly
grandmother,
tender way, I'm sure.
my grandmother was telling me like, "You're gonna get sick. That's not good what you're doing." And so, yeah, trial and error. Yelly, don't be afraid to just mix it up. Throw fucking paprika. Throw cumin, mess around with ingredients you don't normally touch, and just add them to
Yeah.
your shit, and just be like, "Oh, what's this? And how is it going to taste?" And just, yeah, I think it's
Yeah,
a fun experience.
It is. I've gotten better. If you would have told, if I would have been on here 2 years ago, I would have said I would be the one to chuck the food. Literally, I had zero patience with food. I'd throw it away because it didn't taste the same like how Alo or my mom or Gloria made it. Oh my god, this stuff is shit.
And it's not
Throw it
going
in the
to.
garbage.
It's because it's you
But
making
yeah,
it.
exactly. So like you said, it's all trial and error.
Yeah, I think the
Much
important
like
thing
that's
is
the
to
same
not
method
be
I use
afraid.
for my online dating game. Everyone loves to.
That's
Razzie and,
$40 into our fucking fund for sushi. We're almost at 80. Once we hit 80, you're taking us out.
No. I
What's
didn't mention an X.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it just
Speaking of,
I'd like to get a little bit more personal now that we got the food and the graphic design out of the way. Yelly, is that your name? Is that correct?
Yes.
All right.
Oh,
What
well,
was your
I hope an
All right.
hour in, I would hope that's her name.
what was your first impression of the man sitting to your left?
Oh, that's hilarious because I don't fucking remember. Like at all. I don't remember meeting him for the first time.
I just showed up in her
He
life
showed up.
someday,
He
bro.
just showed up.
Like a stray dog, dude. Like a stray cat.
Gloria,
And then
we
just
all
stayed.
sat down like when me and Gloria were preparing our speeches for their wedding. We're like, all right. So like, do you remember how we met Juan? She's like, no, I was hoping you did. I'm like, dude, I don't remember meeting Juan. Like, I don't remember. Like, did Alo ever properly like introduce us to him? Like,
How old
anything?
were
That's a
you when
good
they first
question. I don't
started
think she
dating?
did.
I think I was 8th grade, so I was like 13, 14.
Yeah.
But Gloria doesn't remember. I don't remember. My mom doesn't remember. Milo doesn't remember. Yuli doesn't remember. No one remembers. You just appeared and you just blended in. So no, I don't remember. I really don't.
Wow.
you
What's
wish
your
is
impression
kind
of
of
him
like
now?
that today. Like he was
Oh,
more blended
he's
in
great.
also.
Sorry, I was answering Luis's
I was
question.
trying to make a snide remark at Juan, but go on with Luis's thing.
He's cool. I like him. He's a cool brother-in-law.
He's cool. He's all right. How is he as a roommate? Because he is now, sharing living quarters
It's
with your family.
Yeah, it's hell. I'm just kidding.
Was
No,
is it the dishes?
You can
it's
be
so-
honest.
Dishes to my place, bro.
Oh, no comment.
Does he drink your
no, it's
drinks?
No, he breaks my cup glasses though.
Oh, okay.
He owes me one of my cups.
I brought. Oh yeah, you're right. I do have to get one like that. Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. But
You'll be waiting quite a bit. I'm still waiting. a few
it's
things.
fine. No, it's been great. He's fucking hilarious. He's definitely brought a whole different vibe to the house. My mom fucking babies the fuck out of him. My mom loves him. Absolutely loves him. Yeah, no, he's great. That's all I'm gonna say. He's fucking hilarious. He cracks me up. Like there's some mornings, this dude, how long have you been living there? 7
like 5, 6 months.
November, December, January, February, March. 8 months, dude.
Okay, yeah.
What or not? Wow.
I was thinking 6.
Like 7, 8 months. And this
Yeah.
dude still asks me if I'm going to work each morning. I'm like, yes, Juan, I'm going to work.
I gotta check up on you. You know.
Like he's just like, I'll be all dressed up. He's like, oh, we're going. I'm like, I'm going to work. Oh yeah, that makes sense. You're all dressed up for work. Or there's this one time that I was in the kitchen, and our kitchen and our living room
Oh, no.
are like everything's open. So like our kitchen and living room are connected. Like you can see, like if you're sitting on the couch, you can see who's in the kitchen. He was on the couch sitting watching his show. He saw me go to the kitchen and I'm cooking eggs or whatnot. And I sit down, like I was making noise. I washed the dishes, I sat down, I was eating my food, and all I hear is him panicking, like he was terrified and scared. He's like, Yelly? And then I was like, I jumped up and I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, it's like, I thought you left without saying bye. And I just started dying. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Oh,
Dude, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I've got like golden retriever
he
energy.
does. He
just
really
takes over. So
We have,
really does. Like yesterday, I was washing the dishes and he's just roaming around the fucking table, like pushing the chairs in. I'm like, dude, me estás dando ansias. Like, calm down. What are you doing?
Dude, I was looking out the window. I was checking for squirrels. I told you.
And then he leaves. Oh, that's the other thing. So at the beginning when he did move in, I'm used to, like, at least in our household, like if someone's leaving, like we say like, oh hey, like I'll be back, or like, oh I'll see you later, or like
You
I'm
bless
going to
each
work
other.
or whatnot. Yeah. No, this dude, I'd be having a conversation with him and then he'd just leave. Right. And
That's not true.
that's
That
what-
might
no,
have
no,
been like one
that was at the
time.
beginning.
Yeah.
And we'd be done with the conversation. I'm on my phone and then I just see that he leaves. So I'm like, oh, okay, he went to the garage. And then it's like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour. And then I'm like, I go look at the window and I'm like, oh shit, his car is gone. And then I'm like, okay, I guess dude left. Next thing you know, he left to work. So then I was telling Al, I'm like, oh, do you know, like Juan doesn't say bye or like where he's going? So
She
then
got really salty about this.
so then Alo goes and tells him, like, gives him shit and stuff. And then Juan's like, Kelly, like, you made it such a big deal. I'm like, I wasn't making a big deal. It's just
I will
odd that
say
you don't
he
say
was-
bye.
Really bad about saying hi when we would record at my place when I used to live in Walworth County. He would just like dart to where we were recording and like not say hi to me, to my fiance, just like dart. And then we'd like start the episode and he would just like leave. And then my fiance was like, was Juan here? Did he like, did I say something to make him mad or something? Like, why did he not say hi, say bye? Like, or like, I think he's just on the spectrum and he just has problems with human interaction.
Dude,
know?
I've got a little bit of
He's
what
got-
the people call the
that's good.
tism.
He's gotten
Yeah.
better though. Like that was a long time ago. That was like the first 2 months. And then after that, then he's on me
wasn't
like,
that
where you
long
going? But
60 days, yeah.
yeah, now he's like on me. He's like, oh, where are you going? Oh, you're going to work? Oh, you're heading off? Oh, all right. Oh, you're gonna go to work today? Oh, cool. So what are you doing today?
It's pretty funny. You're like Batman out, just like, all right, I'm out.
The
I
Irish
gotta
goodbye.
be somewhere. Yeah.
Just say like, all right, peace out, yeah. I'm like, all right, bye, Juan. So I'm just used to, I'm like, oh, dude's leaving. He's either going to Quick Trip, he's coming back, or he's gonna go see Bear, or he's going to work.
Mhm.
But yeah,
He's going for a pack of cigarettes and never comes back.
there was like my dad.
Hey, that was a good one.
That's-
Uh,
You had to
podcast
drop
right
one in
there.
there. You had to drop one in there.
Quality podcast.
No, there was this one time where I'm like, damn, he actually cares about me. Like I had a good like brother-in-law, sister-in-law moment. Was there was this one weekend I was gone from Friday to Sunday and I didn't come home Sunday midday. And I just walked in, like my mom knew where I was, but I walked in and he's just sitting on the couch, you know, him and Al were gonna go out. And then he's very concerned, like, where were you this whole weekend? Like you didn't notify anybody. And I'm like, oh shit, like damn, he actually cares.
You were worried sick about you.
it's
You have a
quiet.
phone, don't you?
It's quiet in the house without me, so makes sense.
It is. It is.
I bet you Juan is a breath of fresh air all around the house. A few times that I've been there, him and your guys' moms just hit it off so well about
Oh yeah.
botany and just talking about little plants and little
Plants,
things. And
the plants, anything.
Yeah, she loves that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm always like
Moving on
helping her
to-
with moving stuff.
The gentleman to Juan's left. What was your first impression of that sick animal?
I think the first impression was the quinceañera or something, right?
Your
I was a chambellan for one on that.
Wait, were you or did you leave?
Oh, wait. No, I was there. Yeah.
Wait, for Alo Chamberlain?
No,
No.
Yeli's.
Were you my Chamberlain?
Yeah, definitely.
You don't remember.
Well,
Wait, I sure.
to be fair, I kind of forgot myself until I had to go look back at the messages because Juan was like, "You're such an incel. Look at who says oi with an exclamation point." I was like,
Who just says oi in
"What
general?
do you mean?" I was like showing him the messages, and the previous one was like the wedding dance. Oh yeah, that's another reference. I talked about this the wedding dance that we did that you came up with and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
Oh, that was a legendary dance.
Kind of
Yeah.
blew out my groin.
The Bollywood dance.
Yes.
That's was
Pumping the ground.
That was
Love
fire.
legendary, dude.
Yeah, but I was showing Juan, and the last thing before that was from 2015. Was like, "Are you coming to the
I don't
Chambalan
think
practice?"
Chambelán.
Yeah, we
I
did-
know Rick.
Oh, he would come just to hang out.
yeah, you would come to hang out.
What? Yeah, you would come and.
I was
The
doing
one that was
dances.
Chambelán was Leo and Juan, or not even Juan. It was Leo.
I was.
Where you were?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what the fuck? I was there.
It was.
Rafa and Christian were there.
Christian.
I was just.
For those who
wait,
don't know
wait.
what a
You-
chambelán is and why the argument is being made, could you explain
So
what it is?
you and Ricardo were in it at the beginning, and then you guys both dropped out.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, yeah, that's what it was.
Sounds about right.
You
Well,
know,
yeah,
you
you-
fucking loser.
First impressions is a guy that had chopped out from the Chambalan.
Wait, did I even?
That was your first impression of me, homie?
No.
Or are you talking about first impressions of Yeli?
Yeah,
Luis?
yeah.
It was towards Yeli, right? Okay.
Oh, okay, never mind.
No, Luis said to the
Well-
person to his left.
Yeah, but
Your left.
Luis, was it first impressions of whom?
I thought it was to Juan.
I thought it was to me.
No, it was yes. Yeli's impression of Philip.
Juan. Oh, I
Afterwards.
misunderstood.
Oh, bro, we
I
all misunderstood this shit.
misunderstood
No. We were on
Cut
the same
that shit
page.
then.
We were on the
Wait,
same
why
page.
didn't you interrupt us?
Wait, what is?
This is
No,
why
because it's,
John
it's
Lennon
the same thing. I
Okay.
was wondering about Juan, yes, and then I said, what was your first impression of Phil? But then Phil started talking about
Got it,
Yeli and
okay.
whatnot. Yeah, so we're good. We're good.
Okay,
Okay.
I'd say about that.
that's dope. All right. That was your
It's a
first.
guy that goes to Chambalan practices that hangs out.
Well, question: do you remember when you fell? Because it's on the movie.
He fell.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
How did
you
he
did
fall?
one of your moves, and you broke my doll.
in the quinceañera video?
It's on video. It's in my movie. You tried doing one of your cartwheels or whatnot, and
I was known for those.
yeah,
Still am.
and you put. I think you hit the table. I think your foot hit the table, and you fell, and then the doll fell. And
Ah, now I remember that.
yeah,
Oh, wow. As soon as you said that, my fucking foot, now I remember.
yeah, it's on
I had
video.
to work the next day. I was like, fuck.
Why would you do stuff like that?
Yeah, I mean, you only turn 15 once. I was like, I'm going to make sure that
It's not your birthday, bro.
People are like, "Oh, remember Yeli's quinceañera?" I was like, "Who?" The one where Phil did a cartwheel. I was like, "Oh, I remember." I remember Phil more.
Oh yeah, destruction.
All right, my next question. Since we're hot on the microphone right now, this is a live recording. Do you have any questions for Juan or Philip or Leo or myself?
Damn, I didn't think of that.
Damn, we prepared you well.
Oh, I guess where do you guys see yourselves with this podcast in like 2-3 years?
Ooh, no, it's just this
Like
past year.
all four of you
It's
guys.
just as the head of the podcast. I'll
Yeah, we should let him speak as the
yeah.
face and the head and the body
at the ideal and the
Okay.
foot and the feet of the podcast.
and the feet.
Like, where do you guys see this going?
you guys
know,
are just the
'cause-
joints of the podcast.
Because
You guys are my full
Answer the
engines.
question, you asshole. Answer the
it's
question.
Like it's going like I mean I listen to you guys' podcast and I'm at work sometimes when it's dead and I'm like I tell Juan this, it's everyone's quiet in there and like I have my AirPod in and I'm listening, I'm like fuck, do I probably look like an idiot laughing or like smirking right now on my laptop? Because like I don't know, you guys' shit is so funny. So I don't know. Where do you
I
guys?
thought,
see
I thought you were
yourself
gonna
in the
say
next-
that we got in stale or something. I was like, you know what? I agree with you. And as the head and the face and the feet of the podcast, I take sole blame on that. But no, all jokes aside, this is in the past year, having this little self-made construct of a studio is far from what I ever imagined a year ago. And
That's true.
it's just getting more equipment and
Yeah.
people and guests and getting my big stinky feet into the door of podcasting. Going out there in Milwaukee and going up there and seeing new videos or new global market with Luis at one time, and in the future probably more stuff like that. So
Yeah.
just,
I was gonna say maybe in the future, like
more opportunities.
I can personally see us like putting up fucking walls down here, bro. Like putting it, like making it like semi-permanent, like building you like a like we'll hire like Fernando and all of his homies.
Oh yeah.
And we'll build out like a semi like permanent square in the room, almost like a fucking music studio, you know? Not that level, but like our version of that, you know? I can see something like that.
And then we
happening.
stop podcasting, start recording music. I think we can make it big.
Yeah, this is also just a footnote. To get
The AI rap.
Yeah.
There,
This is all a long play to get into the music industry.
I think
about
the
you,
best
Luis?
genre for us would be like R&B though.
R&B.
Yeah, I think we can pull off like an R&B.
We'll
album.
take the spot vacant
whole
by
album.
R. Kelly.
Yeah.
But let's let Luis answer this. Luis,
Yeah, that's a
how
good
about
question.
you,
I
bud?
think similar to what you were saying, building out like a full studio space and kind of taking more
That'd be
advantage
nice.
of being able to communicate with the people that are in the food industry that we know and doing more collaborative projects, kind of like the one we're doing today with you, and trying to reach out more to the community and getting them involved.
Yeah. So do you guys have? I think from the 2 podcasts ago, you guys said you have a list of people that you want to get on.
Yeah, that's been
Like,
from
have
the
them-
beginning. That's like we created
Okay.
a list like a long time ago and like added names here and there. And there's always people we'd like to have and have come back again. But I think for a while we just wanted to kind of get our feet on the ground and do the podcast
Right.
on our own, not necessarily depend on guests. Because if like we can't carry the show on our own, then we're only relying on guests and whatnot. So yeah,
it makes sense.
definitely getting more
Clout
people-
chasing at that point.
Right,
What the hell are we
exactly.
good for then?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just bringing their audience, and not necessarily all of them are going to align with our views. But if you have people like the
Yeah.
podcast and they want to jump on an episode or work on not necessarily not podcast episode, but just like a one-off video, then that's always fun too.
Well, I mean, for those who know where I live, you always come around. You be
Yeah, you're always
You guys are
welcome.
always
podcast.
welcome to show up to the
show up.
Rotate This Beloit Studios. Come
Come
in.
downstairs.
I'll say the boy part.
We'll let you in.
Bring your favorite hoodlum friends,
Say the South Wisconsin
all of
Studios.
your musician friends, and yeah, take over. Just take over, record a song. We'll push it out for you.
So
Oh yeah.
what? 2 weeks ago,
This is a very
Phil?
much a public space.
What was your
2
question,
weeks ago,
Luis?
2 weeks ago, we recorded the tequila video, which if you're listening, go watch it. Where we tried different tequilas at different price points, did a little tequila history. I got fucking pulled over 2 minutes away from Phil's house, and I was livid for that fucking recording. The entire time I was just like, what the fuck happened? I wasn't speeding. And this like really nice cop, he's like, do you know why I pulled you over? I'm like, no. And he's like, your registration expired, but it's no big deal. Just we try to give it's just a warning, and you got like up to like 2 months, but no worries. You're good. And I'm like,
You
okay,
have
if
2
it's
months after it expires.
if it's not
What
a
a
big issue,
motherfucker.
Oh my-
why the fuck did I get pulled over? Like, I'm trying to go drink and drive, dude. Give me a fucking break. But yeah, man.
Bro, that sounds like the best police encounter I've ever had. All of mine go terribly. Like, they can always read the nervous energy on me because I'm like, please don't George Floyd me. Please don't George Floyd me.
That's
And they're
where,
like,
yeah.
why are you so nervous? And I'm like, bro, you
Like,
got
'cause I'm not drunk?
I don't. Like, yeah, I'm gonna be
Dude,
nervous.
I was like talking about it with my friends the other day. It's like, the few times I've been pulled over, it's always for the dumbest reason. It's never speeding. It's never like swerving and anything like that. One time I got pulled over for like not having my seatbelt on. That's what
Oh my God.
Give me like a $10 clicker or ticket. And I'm
Oh
like,
my
okay. Another time I got pulled over because
That's it, $10.
Yeah.
I'm never using it again.
And another time there's like
I always thought it was more, bro. I'm never using that thing.
It's more for your own safety, but I mean,
I
Right.
think I got I was. Well, I don't know if I should put this on here. I don't know if Ella wants this on here.
We can
but
cut it
I
out.
was
We can
like-
cut it out.
I was like an underage.
Undisclosed.
It's not
person.
bad. It's not
Yeah.
bad, but I'm not sure if Ella wants.
Okay, not Allah, with someone
Okay,
else.
someone else.
Undisclosed person.
I mean, it's not that bad, but I was.
We'll
I
beep
was
those names out.
underage, And
underage drinking?
no,
Jesus Christ.
I
Dude,
was
that's my
minor.
favorite.
Sorry, worded that wrong. I was a minor, and the person that was driving, both of us didn't have our seatbelts on, and she got pulled over, and we both got tickets, $10 tickets.
Dang.
Isn't that dumb?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I get
Wasn't
it. They're like
speeding or
trying to
anything.
save lives, supposedly, but like out of everything you could be doing, another
Yeah,
time.
why did you catch me, you fucking asshole?
Another time I got pulled over, which was like close to my house. It was like a small town, and then the guy's like, "Oh, I pulled you over because you have an unpaid parking ticket over in UW Whitewater." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not paying that. What the?" You pulled me over because of that. It's
Wait,
like,
what? They can pull you over for
Yeah,
tickets you haven't paid?
Yeah, unpaid parking
Another thing
ticket.
to add to Juan's list.
It's like,
Yeah.
and
For
it's
real,
always the
that's just another
dumbest
trauma
reason.
to add
It's
to my
never
list.
like speeding. It's never like swerving, like reckless driving. No, it's always something dumb. It's never been a moving violation. It's always like a seatbelt or like unpaid parking
All
ticket.
right, all right. Since we're talking about petty things like that, most petty encounter I've had, well, two, but I'm gonna give you one. My old house used to be on top of a hill, and you used to have to like turn like from the main road a quick right and then right away a quick left, right away, right? And because I didn't signal that quick left, like the cop followed me into the driveway, and the driveway is like 200 feet, bro. Like it's long. I live on a gravel road. Like the motherfucker followed me all the way in. Like I parked, and he turned on his lights in the driveway of the house, and all because I didn't signal quick like to the right and then a quick left, even though it's like 10 feet there. I don't know. It was just like the pettiest stop I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's the issue with small towns. They're just trying to make quota and they'll
Yeah.
blow up anybody.
I got
Yeah,
a pretty
it's
good
for any
police
little thing.
interaction. Mine was a little bit more.
Drop it, Luis.
not-
Let's
not
finish it
at-
with this, homie.
we might cut this out. So this was like 10 years ago. There was a crime that was committed by 4 teenagers in and around high school. So like 13 all the way up to
Okay.
like 16. They went to a drug dealer's house. The drug dealer wasn't there. They knew he wasn't there. They duct taped the girlfriend to a chair, held her up at knife point, and stole a bunch of shit. She recognized the kids because of their voice and because they're teenagers, right? She's like, these are the same 4 that come every Tuesday to pick up a gram for $30. So safe to say, Lake Geneva was on hot alert for a while. They're like, these kids, these teenagers, they're robbing kids for drugs. And so fast forward a week later, I'm hanging out with my friends. We're like, hey, let's go pick up so-and-so. We'll leave our cars in front of his house. We'll all take the same car. We'll all get high in the car. We'll go to the party together. This is at like 12 a.m. So sure enough, this was probably 2 blocks from where that incident happened. We all go, we park, we're getting in and out of the cars. We all get in one car. Joint is rolled, and we're like, hey man, we're outside if you want to come out. As we say that, sirens down the street, and we see them in the rearview mirror, and we're like, oh shit. And there was a joint in front of me in my McDonald's cup that I had just rolled. So as soon as I saw the lights, I'm like, fuck it. Ate the joint, licked the entire top of the cup. Police officer comes over. She's like, hey, what are you guys doing? Like, what's going on? We're all over 18. So she's like, where are you guys going? We're like, we're just picking up our friend. We're going to go to so-and-so. And they're like, well, where's your friend? And we're like, hey man, could you come out here? The police is out here. And he's like, is it okay if I go out there? Like, yeah, they were just wondering why we're in front of your house. And so he comes out, takes all of our IDs, interrogates us. Internally, I feel like I just ate fucking crystal meth and my guts are bubbling. I'm like, ooh, I've never, because you're not supposed to eat raw marijuana. Allegedly, I did that. And it just makes you feel super sick. So I was just sitting there like,
Does it
quietly,
really?
like, yeah, it makes you feel horrible. I did it on another
Okay.
occasion.
Well, he also ate a joint, so like
Yeah.
Much
it's not
worse.
gonna make him feel good.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
pure
horrible.
dry sand.
Yeah, so they're like interrogating us, like, where you guys from, blah, 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 check our, they pretty much, they were like, well, the reason we pulled you guys over is because we got a call from the neighbor. They were worried that, it was the same kids or that a similar incident was about to happen. So we were just wanted to make sure that this was not that. We're like, okay, thank you. They pull over, they leave, and they're like, all right, so we're ready. You sparked that, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, dude, I ate that 20 minutes ago. I need to go home now. Like, I am having a panic attack. I feel like my heart is about to beat out of my chest. And they're like, oh man, what the fuck? And I was like, what were we supposed to do? Leave it here, and then in case we all get out of the car,
Bro,
and then get
your
like,
friend's
searched?
getting mad at you.
They
You
were like,
fucking pussy. You can hold on to that for the team.
I was like, I felt like I did the right thing, and yeah, I went home and had a panic attack and went to bed.
Upstanding. I hope I have a son like you.
Folks, what a great episode.
Oh, what a fun episode. There we
Thank
go.
you for joining us. Thank you for listening and watching. Follow all of our socials at Rotates This. Follow our guests. If you want to repeat that one more time, everything that you're at.
Yeah, my graphic design page, YeliDesigns, and then my sisters and our baking page, Sisters of Subile on Instagram.
Sister. The lights.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you all next week.